Just regular swearing tonight. How do I sound? Do I sound all right in here, or do I need to get? All right. Well. That one? Or the one on the very far end? Oh, I see. This is a lot of fun. I did hit record. I'm looking at the red light. Yeah, it is. Recording Gordon. Dun dun. Are all these microphones recording?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah, you got to press the record button on the microphone.
That's bullshit.
No, you do. Yeah.
There's a record button for each of them. No, I've never heard of that.
No, yeah. Well, Gonzo will come back.
He'll do it.
He'll fix it.
I can't hear you on your microphone.
You can't hear me on my. Yeah, it's a little quiet on the little bit on the main, but.
Okay, maybe I was close. Hey guys, welcome. I think it's like 7:00 now, so I think we're gonna start the paranormal open mic that we do here Mondays at 7:00 here at the Siren Song Tavern.
It's made with real paranormal.
With real paranormal, it's what do you call that? Locally sourced, fair trade paranormal.
Is it fair trade? Is it a fair
it's
trade?
It's unfair trade.
Get all crazy. Is it a fair trade when an alien pulls you out from your bed?
Yeah. That's just so, it's business and they're calling it fair trade. I wonder how many guns accomplish this fair trade, you know? Oh, my God. That's all right, but we're talking about ghosts and Bigfoot, UFOs, Flatwoods Monster.
Always.
That's your guy.
Always. Love him.
We had different topics we're going to go over this week. Anyone who this is your first time, we are Paranormal Open Mic on Instagram. Just spelled just like that, Paranormal Open Mic. Thank you, Siren Song Tavern, for having us, and Weird Howard Productions for producing us. And this is a free, fun event, though we would love $5, you know, but it's free. But, oh, damn, we love $5, too.
We do love $5.
As of tonight. But, so we had
still free, though. We're not going to, turn you away. We're not going to be cover your ears for the ghost story. If you don't pay.
Yeah, you can sit here, but you have to wear earplugs if you don't give us the donation. It's free to come in, but you have to pay to leave. That's...
Your soul will be trapped here unless you give us the $5.
The
secret door that leads to the Eureka tunnels.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I mentioned that because that was I thought I was alone on that. Did you guys all see the secret tunnel that we have in the back here?
Secret
I think it
tunnel.
I don't trust. Ever since The Matrix, you know, who's a big Matrix fan in here?
Woo!
The Matrix is kind of paranormal. Yeah, The Matrix was sick.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go down a quick rabbit hole.
All right.
You say The Matrix is paranormal. Does that make AI paranormal? Does if AI gets smart enough,
isn't there a word for that, like Ghost in the Machine or something?
Paranormal. Yeah. Ghost in the Machine.
Ghost in the Machine, and it's just I forget what it is. It's like the invisible hand in economics. Hey, I noticed a few new people walking in. Hey, I'm also the bartender, so I'm one of the people on the show, and then I bartend too. And so actually for everyone, while I got undivided attention, quick set of hand signals. One is when I need a beer. Just go like this, just flail your hands around, be like, hey, I'm ready to order. Check out the menu. As soon as you figure out what you want, just be like, hey, I need a beer.
Like a Muppet.
I head over. I got Gordon over here. He does tons of funny stuff with his hands and arms, and so he's plenty entertaining while I run over there, and we got soups and stuff too. Anyone into soups? Let's hear it for soups, people. Woo! Oh yeah, we got soups. They're ramen. Does that count? Yeah, that counts.
A soup. That's a soup.
That's fun. This is an open panel type podcast about the paranormal. You come on, you tell us your real stories about the paranormal, and then we ask you questions. We joke about it. We try to get to the root of the issue, and it's fun. It's cool. It's free, but we'd love $5 as well. And then I think they're all caught up.
Yeah, if you do donate, you can press the smoke machine
button.
There's
a smoke machine. We want to keep that thing going tonight. So every $5, you get to hit the smoke machine button. And
smoke machine?
Hell yeah. But let's see. Do you guys need some menus? We can get you some menus too. You guys are mostly ready to order. Gordon, take over.
Yeah, no, I got it.
What was our first theme that we were going over?
I got kind of sidetracked talking about the AI. If an AI as advanced, because you were saying that the Matrix is kind of paranormal. Like you wake up into an alternate reality than the one that you're in, and it's being controlled by a intelligence far beyond your own capabilities of understanding. I mean, if somebody came back into the Matrix after being in the Matrix and tried to explain that to people, they would be like, "No, that's paranormal. That's not real. That's not real things." So, I guess the question would be, is AI paranormal? Is it? But what we're going to talk about tonight is ghosts. I don't know if you guys were or were not here. What was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago now, Peter? 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, and you might have seen the video. We have it on our Weird Howard Facebook page. There's a video of the highlights. We had a ghost box on stage, and I don't know if people know what a ghost box is. It's a magical device that picks up radio waves and can hear voices from nothing. Not like a radio though it does pick up radio stations. And I swore I heard La Bamba. But we have the guy with the ghost box coming back. What was his name? The ghost box. Ruben. I knew it was a sandwich. Humboldt Paranormal. I didn't want to be like BLT. What's his? Ruben's coming back tonight sometime, and apparently he was able to pull voices off of the ghost box that we had on stage. And just another highlight from that show, we tried to get somebody possessed by a demon. We haven't heard from him, so we assume it worked. We assume right now he's woke up somewhere in Mexico. What's that Brendan Fraser movie where he like Bedazzled? Where he's like, "Oh, I'm a Colombian drug lord now. Thanks, demons." So, we haven't heard from him. He hasn't written back to tell us everything was okay. So I just assume that, yes, the possession worked. He is now at least partly a demon and will have his own Marvel movie soon. Oh, thank you. So there we go. I think that pretty much covers everything. I think that brings us up to speed. Paranormal Love. Is that going to be our next? Have you ever dated a ghost? Yeah, I tried to, but they left me at the restaurant by myself.
No, it's usually just what happens afterwards.
I think I was ghosted. All right, no, that's enough of that. Paranormal Love. Have you ever fallen in love with a ghost? Have you ever seen that spooky haunted painting on the wall from the Duchess that died in the 1800s, whose eyes follow you ever so slightly around the room, and you think, yeah, that one. Yeah, you too, bud. Ghost love, ghost meetings, ghost talk, ghost box.
You know, I didn't even put too much thought into the ghost love idea, but I was thinking like that would be funny to talk about romance involving ghosts or the paranormal. You know, we do have those. Have you guys in that? Hey. Sure. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I don't know. It's one of the ends. It's one of the ends. Check.
I think that one was it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's always what is the name of that? The sun? No, it's not the sun. Who is it
Soul?
that prints about
The moon?
the one who prints?
The one who
Alright.
the one who prints.
Yeah.
What?
The fuck, I don't remember. Tabloids. The tabloids.
Okay.
I
the
married
Sun-
Bigfoot.
the Sun
There we go. I was a little
tabloid.
distracted. You can
Like
blame
the
me for being a
National
little
Enquirer
distracted.
and
Yeah,
the-
the National Enquirer.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, there's
Yeah. World Wing of Bat Boy attacks.
Bat Boy.
I love that. I love Bat Boy.
That stuff's beautiful. And so like the different like what kind of there's the old adage joke too.
How
where
does it
it's-
fit into the extended Bat Boy universe?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No. All right.
But the cooler subject I was thinking is what would you do if you were abducted and you got out of their the aliens hold if they were
their little containment cell.
the alien brig, if you're in the alien,
Alien
brig and you got loose, what would you do? Would you guys go for the controls? What do you think the controls would look like?
I'm basically one step above Big Dumb Ape. You really want me controlling an interdimensional spacecraft? I will crash that into JFK. I will ruin society. I'll be like,
Where are you gonna find JFK?
it's a alien. We don't know what capabilities. I assume they time travel. Maybe they're from the future. Maybe they are the AI after AI. Bum bum bum.
Yeah, we were talking about that before I went to surf. So
Yeah, we were talking
people
about
think that AI could be like ghostly, huh? It could be.
I mean, it comes down to like, what is a soul? Can a robot have a soul?
What do you think?
If you are capable of making your own conscious decisions, and you understand the difference between right and wrong,
Then you give a robot a soul.
I think that's pretty much, because
Is that like giving a mouse a cookie? Like
if you give a robot a soul, you become a AA battery in the Matrix.
yeah. They should have a children's book about that. Just like don't fuck with AI for kids.
For kids,
Yeah.
it's a kid's book.
A kid's book. I haven't checked out the AI. Is there anyone really into the AI that's here tonight? Anyone like just super into that? I haven't been. Anyone else into that?
Chat GPT
Yeah.
or DALL-E Mini,
I've used the
2.0.
DALL-E Mini, so I guess that is AI, huh?
Bing, I guess. That's a thing. I hear.
Bing is doing AI.
Bing's doing AI now.
Bing's doing AI.
Yeah.
Like what? Have you heard
I
any
don't
examples
care.
of that?
I don't care. Like, it's Microsoft. It's like,
So it's gonna be.
it's gonna be terrible.
You think it's gonna be artificial stupidity instead of artificial intelligence? It's gonna be like it's gonna have ads. AI with ads.
AI with ads.
So you're gonna be like,
This
how would that
murder
work?
brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Yeah, it makes you your giant like cool robot thing you were trying to design, but then it says Advil all over it. It's just like, oh cool. I am getting old, man. They know
Imagine
me.
Imagine if Terminator had like sponsorship decals on there.
Yeah.
As they're shooting you.
Dude, that'd be amazing. The fucking.
They should just remake Terminator with.
Dude, I would love that's they never did Terminator versus Predator. I mean, technically that's what Predator was. Actually, while we're on the subject, I know I just said a bunch of controversial things, but I am gonna gloss over them. You guys ever notice how Alien versus Predator isn't the right title for the movie Alien versus Predator? Tell me, how many times?
Both aliens.
Huh?
Because they're both aliens.
For one.
They are both predators.
I've never seen Predator actually eat anything in any of these movies. It's never eaten people. It's not it's an alien. But it's there. When is there the lunch scene for Predator? You never see Predator having a picnic, and he's in plenty of spots for really good picnics the whole time. He, she, I don't know. Do you guys, is Predator gendered? Honest question. I don't know. But it should be, I've never seen Predator eat anyone, but you know who I have seen eat people is Alien. So Alien's a predator. So the movie Alien versus Predator this whole time should have been titled Predator versus Alien.
Have you heard that Predator is actually...
no one talks about this.
Predator, the movie, is actually a slasher movie.
Okay.
No, like, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is the last girl.
Is the last girl.
Yeah, because like in slasher movies. Like
oh
Friday the 13th,
my God! Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like it starts off as like a normal movie, where it's like '80s action. I don't have time to bleed,
Yeah.
and then at a point it turns into a slasher film.
You know, talking about the movie Predator for me is actually very paranormal, and I'll tell you guys why. Is because when I saw Predator, I was super duper young, and my fears instilled in me as a youth were associated with the movie Predator. So even though this was this fictitious movie, I actually was so scared of it in real life when I was very young that I sort of believed it into existence for me. And it was part of my environment to have to be scared of this alien movie Predator thing, you know? And so technically, even Predator, the fictitious Predator, still paranormal. Still works its way into this evening, I would say. I don't know.
All right.
I don't.
All right, here's the question. Here's the thinker for the night. An alien crash lands on Earth, dies, leaves its ghost behind. Yeah, I'm coming back to ghosts. I see you there. Dies, leaves its ghost behind. Is it just a regular ghost?
Or is it an alien
Or
ghost?
is it an alien ghost? Does it interact as a ghost?
Dude, I wish we had our resident expert on this here right now. Where the hell is he?
Where is this guy?
We have a third guy on his way with Humble Paranormal. He actually, I heard you talking about it.
Yeah,
we have
box.
recordings from the Ghost Box from 2 weeks ago. He's been going through the recordings, and basically the way that you alter the frequency until it spits out some words, or maybe it's not like that. He'll actually sort of explain that for everyone, but he has samples of it that he's going to bring in. I'm pretty sure he's coming in tonight to share with us findings from our questions that we asked during that session, because I guess even though while it was going on, it was difficult to perceive or hear that there were responses happening. He said that he found some, and some of them were actually pretty dramatic responses. It's some pretty crazy shit. And he contacted me.
Do you think he ghosted us, Peter?
And he was abducted and then ghosted. So they took him and then left him somewhere. So he's just stranded.
It's basically Earth. You're good.
Yeah, you're basically on Earth
it's like
somewhere.
in Siberia.
Every direction, it's like there's just nothing. I can't see anything.
All right, so ghost, alien ghost. Is it a ghost? Is that where poltergeists come from or demons come from? They're just alien ghosts?
I wish we had the guy that we got possessed last week. Where's also, speaking of which, where's Jessie at? We were going to dip Jessie in ice water this week. We're going to dip him next week. I have some messages from him on my phone. He says that he talked to his doctor and there's just certain things we have to do, but we can dip him in ice water, he said. So, pretty excited about that one.
Unrelated.
We're going to dip Jessie in a 55-gallon barrel of ice water. I'm going to make him take his shirt off. We're giving him $200. That's what the $5 is for tonight. Honestly, can you guys please help me? I'm going to give him $200, this frail 60-year-old man, to be dipped in ice water. He has a triple bypass and a pacemaker. And so because he has the pacemaker,
fine.
If he has a heart attack, he has a pacemaker, so he's safer than any of us would be.
Unrelated, does anybody background in medicine, any kind of medic or EMT? All right, good. Yeah, you got to come next week.
Yeah, anyone a dealer? No, we're actually really going to do it. So tell your friends we're going to dip this isn't him. This is just our other friend walking in right now. That's just,
Got him.
Hey, Tony, I'm bartending tonight. Yeah. All right, cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, we're having so much fun here. Is there anyone with a good ghost story of the paranormal, story of, you ever see something that you shouldn't have seen? What happened? We all have these things. I saw a UFO when I was a kid. I can't explain it. I know I saw it. I kind of chased after, the idea of it by, being part of this event tonight. And I'm sure there's some of you out there that have just stuff that you can't explain. Any of you have a story like that, the unexplained or
look down the
Bigfoot
hallway,
specifically?
You saw the guy there, then you look back and he was gone.
Yeah. The Hat Man is pretty popular nowadays.
Hat Man. Oh, you saw the Hat Man?
No, I got it.
You got some stuff? Yeah, come on
All right,
down.
yeah,
Come on
down.
up.
We
This-
got a spot for you.
This is one of my good friends. Hey, does anyone need a beer while we're doing musical chairs? No. Make sure to use the hand signal. Wave your hands around. I think this microphone is a little better in terms of it just sounds nicer. I loved my voice on that one. You want to introduce yourself? You're actually someone I know.
Hey everybody, my name is Sam. I sometimes do stand up here, and I'm one of Peter's buddies.
Yeah. This is I didn't know he had a story tonight, but Sam, it's really
paranormal to see a buddy of Peter.
Yeah.
He was there when this happened. You were the one driving. You remember that time we were going to work one morning, and you guys know the Sunset Bridge that goes over the safety corridor as you're driving north on the 101?
Yeah.
We were driving under that, and every morning we'd go that route to work, and I'd see students cross the bridge as we're driving underneath every day. This one day, I saw a bike completely upright, pedaling itself over the bridge.
I remember that day. Yeah.
Yeah. Did I not completely lose it?
Yeah, you did lose it that day.
Shook for the rest of the day?
Yeah. That was you were That was we had a 45-minute drive to work when we would go over to Willow Creek every day. And that morning, I mean, we had a lot of fun. We'd pack 3 or 4 people in the car, sometimes 5 every single day to drive to Willow Creek. And that happened first thing that morning. And typically, we're all riffing on the car ride, but that day you were pretty quiet because you had seen something completely unexplainable happen.
So a bike was just driving by itself on the bridge.
Yeah, I promise you. It was the wildest thing I've ever seen.
See, I'm thinking people are coming by and just stealing. I didn't think about, because you can have ghost tweakers. Ghost tweakers.
Those are shadow people. There's
Shadow
a term
people.
for that. Is that a shadow people?
I think no, that's not a shadow people. It's ghost tweakers. Tweaker ghosts.
I was actually, I've had a lot of conversations with you, Sam, about different what are they called? The Hat Man, Spider Queen, Shadow people. What is this?
The Spider Queen?
The Spider Queen.
Oh, those are the Benadryl entities.
The Benadryl entities. I really feel like people need to know about this lore. There's a lot of stuff that you've told me about that's really important.
People are using Benadryl and it's causing them to hallucinate specific characters.
Yeah.
So you're saying
100%. Sorry.
No, nothing. No, it's good. I didn't
Let's
wanna
hear
say
about the
something.
shadow people, Sam.
Yeah, no, I
Tell
wanna
us
hear
about the shadow people.
What you just heard from the woman in the middle was completely correct. There's a deep subculture of people who use Benadryl. It's closer to chemical self-harm than anything.
Yeah.
If you get past a certain amount, you start to have true hallucinations. It's a heavy delirium, and people tend to love this and get lost in that world.
Until they don't.
Yeah, I think it's for the same kind of personality type as someone who loves horror movies. They enjoy being unnerved by the weirder things that their mind generates.
That's so cool. Oh man. So they're specifics though. They're very specific things. Why is there? Because when people use what's the full word for DMT again?
Dimethyltryptamine.
When people use dimethyltryptamine, they see the Clockwork Elves, they see the Akashic Records, and they see the celestial beings and stuff like that. There's more than just those.
Yeah, those are some of the more prolific ones.
And then there's also the Benadryl ones then too.
Yeah, Benadryl, you're seeing a lot more of the Hat Man, which he tends to be in a lot of people's Benadryl trips. I know that people outside of the Benadryl community also tend to see him, but chances are, like, if you're eating a whole box of Benadryl, you're probably gonna run into that guy at some point.
And so, like, what is the Hat Man like known to do? He just sits there and looks at you.
Hat Man.
From what I've read, like, he's always just like down the hall or around the corner. I don't know if he's ever truly menacing. I think he's just there.
He's just
like,
chilling. He's got a hat on.
Yeah.
So he's obviously trying to, like, not have the sun on him, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want the sun.
How big's the hat?
Because if you're a ghost and you get hit by the sun, don't you disappear? Is it like vampire rules?
That's a good question.
It's ironic that he's wearing a hat to be shady because he's made out of shadows.
Yeah, that is ironic.
So I have a question. Is it, are they hallucinating it, or are they opening up their perception and seeing it?
Are they hallucinating it, or are they opening up their perceptions to
Section there that everybody else is filtering out.
to the other dimensions?
This guy's asking the right kind of question.
Yeah,
This is the right
yeah.
kind of question.
I don't want to take a bunch of Benadryl and find out. I do like the idea that, like, there is a veil that gets thinned when people do start to do these kind of things, to put it that way.
Yeah, no, the veil. So then when that veil gets thinned, people sort of lose touch with what other people are sensing as their realities, right?
Well, as long as they don't know that you see them, I think you're good. But as soon as you're like, it's the Hat Man,
Then shit
then
gets
you're
real.
done.
Then you got to put your hat on because, you know.
Do you have a question?
I thought about the Hat Man.
I want to hear the Hat Man
So,
thought.
given the fact that everybody knows the Hat Man, right?
The Hat Man.
Don't call him
Yeah.
the Hat Man, or like different beings that show up when people.
Arthur, we got to have you on the microphone so that people can hear you on the recording is all.
All right, I'm coming up. Give me a second.
Yeah, no, I like where this is going because this gets into, like, the collective consciousness stuff. Or, like,
Yeah.
the hive mind, that we're all tapped into something that we can all access.
All right. What was the question? Who asked the question that Arthur is responding to? And what was that question for replay?
The question was, is it just everybody you're seeing the Hat Man? Is it just a regular hallucination, or are people tapping in to other realms to see these entities?
All right,
Do these
Arthur.
entities exist, and we're just opening our perception to them?
All right, Arthur, in 3 words, what do you think?
Fuck that.
Need more words.
Moving
so,
on. No, I'm
so
just
here's my
kidding.
thought, right? So given the fact that all of these people who overuse Benadryl or things similar to that and are seeing these different entities, some call the Hat Man or, different things like that, given
Are
that
you one
everyone's
of these people?
giving
You have to
it
say so if you
a
aren't.
name, doesn't that create a being in folklore? If enough
Oh,
people give it a
damn it.
name,
So we
doesn't
did
that create it? Didn't we create it ourselves?
It's
Say
called a
again?
what? Egregore.
Agrigore.
Egregore.
Tulpa. Yeah, I recognize Tulpa. You guys
Tulpa.
see the empty man?
What is? I'm sorry, Tulpa.
A tulpa. It's when you saw. I was talking about this on one of the previous episodes because I pointed behind someone and I was like, "Hey, who's that guy behind you?" And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, I was just kidding." And then she's like, "No, I actually see something." And she tried to move stuff out of the way and it was gone. And then later that night, I heard a quarter drop over there in the same portion of the closet.
You
and then,
created something.
Yeah. And then so someone else was over the house within that week, and they were standing there talking to me. We were chilling, hanging, and then they kept turning over and looking toward the same part of the closet, and they're like, this is gonna sound so crazy, but I keep just thinking I see someone or something in your closet over there, and this person wasn't even there for any of it, and so there's just sounds and stuff. and we have to sage the house.
It wasn't
yeah.
a cat.
It's not a cat.
Yeah, there's no cats. There might be a rat though, or a
There's-
cockroach. Depends if those cockroaches and rats that I released are still alive. You guys ever do that? Life gets boring.
You ever
we
just
live in a
release
capitalist
rats?
society. What are we gonna spend this money on? Stuff that we think we want, or like roach traps?
We come to the Siren Song
5 for
for
$1.
Paranormal Open Mic Night. Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for being here. It's lovely.
Hell yeah.
I
Have
think
you
that
ever
was all
s-
I had to say, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
go back. to
Sweet.
my-
Yeah, that sounds
my
good.
post.
Everyone, put your hands together for Arthur. Hell yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Arthur.
You can just refer to him as the Hat Man now.
The Hat Man. Yeah. What? We have someone with a hat. Come on. I can't believe I missed that. That
play-
cat in the hat, Arthur, over there. All right. So, Spider Queen. What's a Spider Queen? How does that work?
That's like the final boss of Benadryl addiction.
All right. And have you met the Spider Queen?
Thankfully, not yet.
Okay. Have you heard of someone who has and what their story was like?
Yeah. Well, they survived enough to write a post on Reddit about it.
The Spider Queen.
Barely.
The Spider Queen.
Was it their last post?
That could have been. There's one guy who is like the
The Spider Queen.
he might have maxed out all his stats. But
I maxed out all his stats.
but I think that's the guy that I'm referring to, if I'm remembering correctly.
My God. The Spider. So we got the Hat Man, Spider Queen. Now, shadow people are like the more common one you run into, I imagine.
When I took it, I got crazy restless leg syndrome, and then I was really tired, and this was like probably 20 of them in my youth, and there was a squirrel or like a being made out of shadow or something that was crawling up my wall behind my head, and I only could see it out of my peripheral vision, and like this was like I was probably like 13 or 14, so like cognition not fully there, but like I knew that like what I was experiencing wasn't real.
Yeah.
But it was truly disturbing enough to not do it again.
Yeah, definitely. No, I feel you. That's insane. A shadow crawling up your wall.
Do you think it was just a giant shadow spider from the Spider Queen?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's just like insane reaction with whatever receptor in your brain that antihistamines hit. But
The good ones.
The
yeah.
good ones.
No.
They hit all the good ones.
Asterisk, don't abuse Benadryl.
Yeah.
Unless you really intend to, Unless
Asterisk,
you really
for legal reasons,
are
that was a
trying
joke.
to, Don't just like half-ass it,
Yeah, fuck.
You go all in if you're gonna.
Got a whole ass that Benadryl addiction.
Is what someone once told me. And that's not my opinion. That's just what someone once told me. Or do it,
So the ghost box guy, do we know if he's coming?
He said he was coming. We got Ruben
he
with
ghosted
the ghost.
us.
Is he? No,
Oh, is
that's
that him?
someone
No,
else.
that's not him.
It's not Ruben.
I
It
have
can
a
be
question
soon.
for him.
What's the question going to be? Maybe he'll walk in.
Is it ghost related?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he gets.
What if he
very
just like
specific.
teleports onto the table and?
What is your question? He's all like,
I had a death in the family, and he left behind a Bitcoin wallet.
oh damn it.
And if this gentleman can talk to ghosts, I need somebody to contact the uncle on the other side and see if I can get the password. And this may be the only chance because I don't know anything about what his information is otherwise.
Yeah, that's because there's a lot of Bitcoin wallets out there, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking I can like generally describe this guy to the ghost and see if he's seen anyone in the spirit world.
We can get the ghost box out. Yeah, I mean he does roll in here pretty late sometimes.
Yeah, but like, what if, like, is he trustworthy with the ghost box? Like, what if he like gets the recording and like bloop 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 bloop, and it's like 1845 72. Oh god, download, delete. Yeah, I didn't get anything.
Oh yeah, dude. If you get ripped off in the spirit world,
You get ripped off in real life.
yeah, there's real world repercussions.
Yeah, all of a sudden you have no more sense of smell or feeling, you know. But you're still alive, you know. But
Yeah.
ghosts took your blood.
It's like when you.
Yeah. Dude, actually, you know, that was, what do you guys think? We were doing this on our sketch ad for this, but who would win in a suck-off, a vampire or a chupacabra, you know? They both suck your blood. So...
My money's on the chupacabra because it's chupacabras for goats. It's plural goats. So like one of these creatures drinks several goats. So like and Dracula like keeps like one guy in his house.
Yeah, dude. If you think about it, like the vampire just bites you and gets some blood, but like when I'm imagining what the goats look like after the chupacabra, they look like Capri Suns after you suck everything out of them.
Yeah.
Like Capri Suns.
Do you guys believe in the chupacabra? That one's always one that I think is like more difficult to accept as like being a real thing, is the chupacabra.
There's a lot of effed up stuff in South America. Like our ghosts, like it goes like the tier list of ghosts goes like English ghosts, which are all like, pop pop, I died eating toast, and now
Colonial
every time
garb.
the toaster goes off, drink.
Hey, we got the signal. I'm gonna go serve a beer. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
But we got the British ghosts, which are like the least like menacing. We have some American ghosts, which I think are a little bit more menacing. But then South American ghosts, those are like crazy things. Those are like, yeah, it took off with my uncle. He just flew him away.
Oh yeah, dude. They're like coming out of the river or something.
Yeah, it's like they just take people, and everyone's like, yeah, like 15 people saw it. It didn't even make the news. Nobody cares enough because that's just normal down there. That's just Tuesday.
Have you heard that the ghosts in Saudi Arabia are really gnarly?
I've heard, yeah, like the jinn.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I hear that you can. All right. I heard a story about a soldier in the middle of the desert. He was with his patrol, his group, and they all saw a figure in the desert, just shadowy figure with glowing yellow eyes, staring at them, like all night. And the next day, because it didn't move, and they kept watch on it because they were like, "Who is this guy?" And the next day, there's nothing there. There's like not even sand tracks, not even footprints of this thing. But those things will, they'll get you. They'll eat you.
And do you know anywhere else that ghosts are really gnarly?
I think Japan ghosts or Chinese ghosts are pretty gnarly.
Gnarly. Oh god, that's such a weird word that
Gnarly.
I use to describe them.
Cause because aren't like trees gnarly, like gnarled
Oh,
branches? I think that's gnarly. Gnarls Barkley.
A truly terrifying specter.
We just call them specters. I don't know, Australian ghosts? Do Australia? Because I would think like everything in Australia would be like, oh crikey, I'm back from the dead and I'm making it your problem, mate.
Yeah.
I think in Australia they have more like deadlier things to worry about than ghosts.
Oh, for real. I'm not afraid of a ghost that wears flip-flops.
Seems like a friendly ghost.
No kidding.
Good day. Shrimp on the barbie, mate. And he left us some really okay barbecue. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I think be more worried about a jellyfish than the bogan ghosts.
Yeah. All right. Well, who thinks? All right. Of all the paranormal entities in the world, who thinks like South America has the hardest, like the worst paranormal entities? I think South America. How about half? All right. How about like England. No, because they're like just pub ghosts.
I don't know. You see a lot of like spooky Charles Dickens ghosts, like like the old school classic like.
Beatrice, is that you?
Exactly.
No,
Sometimes-
your lordship.
Yeah, the real timeless ghosts, you can't beat them. But like, I don't know. At 3 a.m, hearing something down the hallway, anything's kind of scary.
That's true. That's true. Do you think like when you become a ghost, you like automatically get fitted with like Victorian garb?
Oh yeah, you like pass through like the ghost mall.
The ghost mall, they're like, all right, the only thing we have is like from 1874. Here you go. Bowler hat for you, sir.
Oh yeah, and like I've heard like when people pass, the thing to do is like you open the windows up, the closest window nearby, so like you don't trap them inside, because that's how you actually do keep a ghost haunting a place. Is it like that's the act that
Do you think-
initiates it?
Do you think the Ghostbuster trap is just a tiny little window? They just go, ho, 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 it's a window, you can get out. Gotcha.
Oh yeah. That shoots them to the other side.
Yeah, of course. Oh, that's interesting. That's like, it's a cool thought. Victorian ghosts, Victorian era ghosts. It's like a timeless ghost. Like if I'm gonna be a ghost, I want to be timeless. I want to be dressed for it. You know, like because if you die in your Halloween costume, that's your costume. That's your clothes for life.
You get haunted by someone in pit vipers. God, people that die now are gonna be the craziest ghosts.
Right? Fucking Gen Z ghosts.
Oh, for real.
You're gonna have. I just want to like run into that one ghost that has like parachute pants. They're like, yes. He's all like, oh man, late at night I got up and I swear I had MC Hammer stuck in my head.
Oh yeah, you run into like a raver ghost or anything like that.
A
But
rave-
I've always said like spread my ashes at a rave, but then if you think about it, like I want to haunt raves.
I want to haunt raves. It'd be be kind of cool to like all right, so you get cremated, you get turned into ashes, right? And they can use that for all kinds of things. They can like fertilize plants with it. They can like turn it into like you can get paper out of ash, right? They can like reverse that now. So like theoretically, you could get turned into acid taps.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
And then hand it out to the whole family.
And then just here we're gonna talk little Ouija board looking tabs.
yeah, that's like how you haunt people physically, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Do you think? Because
you did too much of me. Now I'm with you with for life.
I've heard of people getting their ashes shot into space. So like,
I think Scotty from Star Trek. I think that happened to him.
is he just out there haunting space now?
Oh man, so now he's somebody else's alien ghost. So like some alien planet, far, far in the future, they're gonna have the ghost of Scotty. A space ghost.
Man, I wonder how long it'll take him to get there though, just floating in the void, all the way to get to the other end.
I think time doesn't matter when you're like in outer space. Like that's it. I mean, like it matters because like when you're alive, because you need oxygen to live. But like past that point, when you're dead, it's just like whatever. That's it. You're in the space now. You're a space ghost. All right, okay. So you can have haunted ships, right?
Yeah.
You can have haunted ghost ships, and you can have haunted people on your boat that you were on. I was in the Coast Guard, and we had a ghost on our boat. We had a boat ghost, and that's really cool. It sucked, but like you could see him, and we thought it was just because like all of our like equipment sucked, but you would see shadow guys walking in front of the cameras when there was nobody there. So if you die on like a spaceship, is it a haunted spaceship now? Like, do you haunt the spaceship, right? So if we find a derelict spacecraft, and we would find alien ghosts, probably. And that would, like, I have a hard enough time talking to regular human ghosts.
Yeah, you gotta wait for Ruben to get here.
Yeah, I gotta wait for Ruben to get here. I can't talk to, they don't even listen to me. Or maybe they do. Maybe every time I talk about the ghosts, they just get angrier and angrier. Yeah, no, well, I mean, like, I have the microphone. If they want to talk, they can wait for the ghost box. They're going to haunt Ruben. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be like, hey, I waited for the ghost box. You never showed up. You're going to have Hatman nightmares.
I'm like low-key worried about him.
We're gonna slip him some Benadryl. And some cremation acid tabs. Hey, thank you all for joining us. This is Paranormal Open Mic. This happens every Monday, 7 p.m. here at the Siren Song Tavern. It's a free show. There is a suggested donation of $5 if you press it.
I'm actually going to make it $6 suggested donation. But you can only do it 3 in a row. So then it's $6 donated. And then we're going to get the... Sam, did you hear about the guy we got possessed?
Dude, you actually found someone to do
Oh my
it?
God, you didn't hear about that?
Yeah, we got some guy possessed a couple weeks ago. We got him to go on the Ouija board, and then we were saying, hey, can you signal on the Ouija board to Gigantopithecus
Oh my God,
to possess you? Gigantopithecus, are you familiar with Gigantopithecus?
He's the Bigfoot. He's the
Let
Bigfoot.
him answer.
Oh, come on.
Dude, look at me. You don't think I know what a
You look like you've looked for Sasquatch before.
I seen him.
I know I look like a guy that hosts a game show where you call in bomb threats. But I haven't gone looking for Sasquatch yet.
Yeah.
I do know about Gigantopithecus because I listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So I'm
Exactly.
thinking we got him possessed by like a regular demon. I forgot that we got him possessed by a Gigantopithecus. So, like, I'm thinking he's going to become a successful drug dealer in Mexico, a la Bedazzled. But, like, he's not. He's just going to go poop in the woods. That's his deal now. That's what he does. So, that's what? No, we haven't heard from him. So we just assume that the possession worked. Yeah.
All right, so... Was there like do you guys do a ritual or anything, or like what
I mean, like a little bit of one. We had like the crowd participation. Everybody like cheered when we counted down. We put like a little piece of hair into a shot glass and used that as the Oculus. No, not the Oculus. What are those? What are the things called?
What's the thing that you use with the Ouija board, guys? What's that thing called? A planchette. Thank
yeah, we
you,
used a little
Oliver.
shot glass as a planchette, and the first one cracked.
It did. Sam, what do you got?
How far away are you guys from just doing a full-on satanic black mass here?
Probably.
That's actually tonight's thing.
Episode 13.
Episode 13. The full-on satanic black. Is that? Do they kill a goat? Do they do goat stuff?
We should do it on Halloween.
Ooh.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
We actually, this event does hold Halloween every year. As long as we're doing it, we get Halloween for Paranormal Open Mic.
Yeah, so let's do the biggest. Let's do our season finale on Halloween and just do a black mass. We're gonna possess.
And we turn a bunch of people into ghosts.
Yeah. we do the dump in the ice.
Yeah, we're gonna put Jessie in an ice bucket. I thought that was a good idea to get people in.
Yeah, I mean, like, it would definitely turn somebody haunted, I think.
Jesse never showed up.
And
Yeah.
then Jesse never showed up because he knew.
Is that smoke machine still going? Let's get some more smoke in here. I love this smoke.
I think it might be. I think it might be a little too much smoke.
We're going to have Ruben there to contact Jesse in the future pretty soon.
Hanging out together right now, sitting in ice and listening to Ghost Box.
Ghost box.
Ghost box. Hey guys, does anyone have your own personal paranormal story that you would like to share? Now's the time. Have you ever seen a UFO, smelt a Bigfoot, touched a mermaid? Any of you guys that weird dude that moves a pen with your mind? What do we got? We got so many.
Have you seen my keys?
Does anyone have haunted keys in their car? Are your keys to your car haunted? They disappear all the time. Hey, we'll see you soon, Sam. Thank you for coming out. Everyone, put your hands together for Sam. Sam's a good buddy of mine. Yeah, we
You got a story?
hell
Oh,
yeah.
we got a story.
All right, well, let's bring on one of our guests here.
This was a ghost story or UFO story? UFO story.
What's your name?
My name is Michael.
Michael. Welcome.
Thank you. So, I'm originally from Arizona. In fact, we just moved here over the summer.
You might need to get a little bit closer.
little closer?
Yeah.
So, I'm originally from Arizona. We moved here last summer. And,
It's a good move.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of 122 degrees.
It
I don't
sucks
ever wanna-
there.
Yeah. That close. All right. Closer than you think. All right. So one of my hobbies there, when it wasn't a billion degrees outside, would be I would sit in the backyard, and we were pretty close to the flight path for Sky Harbor Airport, and I would watch airplanes coming in.
yeah.
Because I'm a dork, and I sit there with binoculars and
No,
look
because
at.
airplanes are cool to look at.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
get
one
it.
thing that we don't have a lot of here, which is
If you go up to McKinleyville, you can see airplanes coming in.
out of Arcata.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, this was every 15 seconds another
yeah.
jet's going by. It's a super busy airport, and just over a year ago, it was in April of last year. I was sitting out there watching planes, and noticed a light in an area where the flight path really wasn't. There normally weren't any airplanes there unless they were like coming into land and then peeled off at the last minute, and they'd fly kind of over our house. But so there was a light up there, and I mean, I had binoculars and everything. I looked right at it, and it was a solid object. It wasn't shaped like an airplane, though. It was kind of a cylinder or cigar-shaped kind of thing, but then on the back it had like a fin, almost like those old dinosaur things, the Dimetrodon with the
Huh. Yeah.
just a huge fin, almost like a sail on the back of it, and it was kind of copperish colored, brownish copperish colored, and it had two lights on it, one white and one red. And I mean, it was definitely a solid object, as clear as a plane, but it was just a very unusual shape. And I had a second, stronger pair of binoculars sitting on the table next to me. I was like, okay, I got to get a better look at this thing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, I've
definitely.
been half-heartedly looking for UFO my whole life and never seen anything that I couldn't at least most likely attribute to something else. And so I reach over, grab the stronger binoculars, look back up, and there's just nothing there anymore. It's just gone. And based on like where it was and how, assuming it was the size of an airplane or approximately, it was about the same distance from me to where the flight path was, which is probably about 4 miles. Yeah. And but it could have been small and closer or bigger and further away. I don't know. But in any case, it's huge open sky there. It couldn't just in 5 seconds vanish, and it was just completely gone.
Wow.
And then about 10 or 15 seconds later, I heard this weird grinding, sort of mechanical sound, just kind of from nowhere in particular, not like a directional sort of thing. And that was it. But it was so weird. And, I've seen lights at night in the complete dark, but, it's like, okay, that could be a satellite or it could be a plane. I'm not willing to say I saw something I can't explain. But this, I have no...
Mechanical sound.
Yeah.
Do you think it cloaked?
It either cloaked or it, phased into another dimension that it came from, or it took off so fast that it just essentially disappeared.
What kind of, could you describe the grinding mechanical sound more?
I mean, it didn't sound like any specific kind of machinery I can point to or anything. It was just sort of a metallic,
I was really hoping
grinding.
you'd say dump truck. You know? I've heard.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, it didn't. It wasn't long or anything. It was only maybe like a 2-second long, just sort of mechanical grinding. It's like somebody's really like grinding the gears on an old car or something.
Huh.
That is like.
But it just seemed to come from everywhere.
I want to hear more about the ship. You said it's got like a fin, like would you say like a Dimetrodon?
Here,
type?
I drew a sketch that day.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna, my memory will fade. So I went in and grabbed a first thing I could find, which was an envelope, and I sketched all my details on it.
Okay.
And the stars are where the lights
Where
were.
the lights were, yeah.
And the
that's where the
front
lights
one
were.
was red, and the back one was white.
I honestly can't remember which was red and which was white. I just remember there was one of each.
Maybe it was flashing back and
It
forth.
could have been. It was, and I saw it for all of about 3 seconds and was like, oh, I got to get the stronger binoculars to see what this is. And then it was just gone.
That's really cool.
So it's just really bizarre.
A glitch in the matrix,
Yeah.
It's just sitting there and then it's not.
And I don't, and then in some of the literature, you read about witnesses of this stuff, and then like a lot of them will suddenly, like, their life will change and all this stuff. And it is interesting that just within a few months of that, I lived in that neighborhood my whole life. We just picked up and we moved here and started fresh. And so we've gone through a lot of life changes since then, good ones.
Yeah.
But it's,
Is that Ruben?
I don't know that I would call that a cause and effect thing or what, but it's an interesting correlation there that you see mentioned in a lot of other witness reports that suddenly, like, their life will change in some way.
That's true.
And so I don't know if that's the same kind of thing in the way it played out for me or what.
That's insane. Yeah, there's so much at play there. That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder if because most of the time I ask people, do you think you saw the UFO for a reason? Do you think it had something to do with
Right.
with you? Or where your life is at, or was it doing something to you, or do you think you just happened to like, oh my God, look at that thing? Like,
Right.
What if they want to be seen?
Right. Is there some greater purpose behind them here that's, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's some crazy. I know there's a lot of paranormal stuff about sounds. Like you don't see anything, but you hear some crazy sound just echo.
Or smells, like that sulfur smell people report with all kinds of paranormal stuff.
Yeah,
including Bigfoot. They report like that skunky sulfur kind of smell. But
Because that's what hell smells like.
Yeah, it smells like Bigfoot's ass. Like, we actually found out the worst smell ever, and it's Bigfoot's ass.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to step on his turf or anything.
No,
but
it's
as
scientific.
hell,
It's scientific. We
as
did a
hell,
consensus.
yeah.
We got to use the Bigfoot ass smell. Thank you so much. What's your name again?
Michael.
Michael, thank you so much, Michael.
Thank
you
you
for
for
bet.
coming up.
These for a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, it's been great
Long-time
seeing you.
listener, first-time caller. Is that what it's called?
Pretty much, yeah.
We look
All
forward
right.
to having you on again.
All right, yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Everyone, put your hands together for Michael. That was awesome. Cool. I love my UFOs. The UFO stuff is so cool. How's our smoke machine going, Arthur? Let's hit that thing. Is it in
Let's have her
cooldown
hit it.
mode?
Have her hit it.
Hell
Yeah.
Just hold that thing down as long as you want, as long as you can. I love the smoke in here. We them smoky boys.
It adds an atmosphere.
All right, we got a special treat for you. I'm not sure what it's gonna be like, so let's let the mystery consume us all. If you guys want to put your hands together for Ruben from Humble Paranormal, he's got some findings from a previous session we did, and it's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna go and dim the lights really quick. Ruben, would you like to introduce yourself and banter with Gordon for a second?
Okay. Oh, by the way, I wasn't able to get it done because there's
That's a lot.
let's talk about
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, no problem.
tons. I mean, a lot. I haven't counted them all.
So, just for a recap, if you weren't here or you didn't see anything, we have a little video on Weird Howard's Facebook page. It's a recap of the episode that we had Ruben on, and we had a ghost box. And ghost box is an invention that taps into idle EMF bands, EM bands.
I don't know the exact science behind it. I know it. Well, before I say that, my name is Ruben Batella. I'm with Humboldt Paranormal. I'm the lead investigator. So anyway, as far as ghost boxes, they tap into radio. Well, they have radio waves, just like a radio, and they have white noise. And the theory among people in the past was that it was the white noise that spirits needed to communicate to us through the ghost box. But I don't think it is white noise. I think it's the radio signals themselves. So, for example, in my first investigation, I used something called a Faraday bag, and I put the spirit box inside the Faraday bag. And the purpose of the Faraday bag is to block out radio signals.
Yeah. It's like a wire mesh that goes around it. It stops. You can put in your cell phone. It magnetically shields your equipment, and you wouldn't be able to get cell phone signals or anything into it. So.
Right. And when I used the Faraday bag, I virtually got no responses on the spirit box, like none, like really none. And that I used that for like 99% of the investigation. And then toward the last, say, half hour or so, I tried taking off the Faraday bag, and then I ended up getting a lot of responses. So I don't. It's not the white noise. I don't think that allows the spirits to communicate. I think the spirits actually need the radio signals of the radio itself to communicate. I don't know exactly how that works, but that's how it works.
Well, anyway, last maybe 3 weeks ago, we had Ruben on. He had the spirit box, and he made some recordings from the spirit box, and we were. It was the night that we actually tried to get somebody possessed by a demon. So if you want to see the highlights, they're on the Weird Howard Facebook page. Really, really humorous, really funny stuff. But awesome investigation that happened there. And Ruben actually got some voices.
Yeah, and I think you actually did get your demon. I think a demon actually did come.
So like 2 for 2. That was a really good week for us.
So I'm still analyzing. Well, actually, I pretty much finished finding all the spirit box responses that I want to find from the ghost box. So now I have to go back and kind of clip them and then isolate them and then put them in the video where they're needed. Because I'm going to create an episode. I'm hoping to create an episode out of this.
Yeah. Do you need the files? I'll just give you the video file.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
That'd be great. And there's some video waiver that I gave him to help sign. But so it's interesting. And when I was sitting in on that paranormal open mic night, like I noticed how everyone, like, it was kind of all fun and games. Like it was funny. Like I thought you guys were. No, I get it. Like you guys were hilarious. Like I was actually laughing like with the whole like I mean I guess it was like half fake, half serious Ouija board session. I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, that was pretty. Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah. But I was analyzing the footage, and from what it sounded like, it sounded to me like there was a demon that came, and it maybe for at least a certain period of time, but. It actually called me by name very clearly. It's actually one of my clearest EVPs I've ever caught. It said, "Hey,
no
Ruben."
way.
Yeah,
it's like the clearest EVP you've ever caught was here
the
at
clearest.
Paranormal Open Mic.
Yeah,
I mean, we take it half seriously.
Yeah,
like it's not all just jokes and fun. I mean, it is. It's because we're trying to like make this stuff approachable for everybody, and everybody should enjoy. Like, just because it's paranormal, it doesn't mean we can't have fun. I mean, there is some reverence to it, but it's also like this is part of our world. This is where we live, and we should all enjoy the paranormal. We should always have a little bit of enjoyment from this.
So it called me by name. It said, "Hey, Ruben," like that clear. Super clear. And then it said, I tried analyzing the audio that came right after it, but what it sounded to me was like it said, "You're so proud of Satan."
Wow.
And to me, that was a lie, number one. The first thing that came out of its mouth was a lie. And then as it progressed, it sounded to me, I mean, you're going to see it on the episode if it gets posted, that it got increasingly perverted and foul.
Just like us.
Basically, it said it wanted to do certain things to me, or
sounds like a demon.
Yeah.
So how much? How long does it take to go back through like the sort of material that you got to do that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more
Like
time?
we had a lot of raw audio, basically. How much of that raw audio do you have to go through to get these EVPs? That's like a lot of work, right?
It's very tedious. Yeah, because so I have two levels of the analysis. I have the regular audio recording of a wrist recorder audio recorder that I had, recording the whole paranormal open mic night session.
Yeah.
And then the spirit box itself, the one I have, it has a recorder built into it, but it doesn't record anything outside the spirit box. It only records the radio transmissions themselves.
Inside the spirit box.
Yeah, so it gets very crystal clear responses from the radio transmission itself.
Okay.
So there seemed to be like certain responses that were captured where everyone could hear it. Like, it sounded like gibberish, like or whatever. But when I run it through Audacity and I slow it down and I filter it, then you can kind of make out like words, English words coming through.
You had some pretty crazy stuff you told me about my one. That was pretty. I remember I was talking to you.
Yes.
And like, I don't want to give it all away, but Ruben here, guys, it was a pretty dramatic thing. He had some of the recordings from the Ghost Box recordings that we had. Actually, when he went back through them, you like immediately contacted me because there was stuff being said about me, sort of, right?
Yes.
And then you asked me a few questions that like I didn't really give you a complete answer to, but essentially, when I was talking about like that my mom had passed away, that the Ghost Box gave a very specific response to that. And do you remember off the top of your head what it was right now? I remember.
Yes, and I should send you that clip too.
Oh, yeah.
But after he mentioned that his mother passed away in that paranormal open mic night, there was a voice that came through the Ghost Box that seemed to say, "You still have your brother."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, well, that's interesting." So, and then I was hearing names come through as well, and I can't remember. So I heard the name David and Amy and Travis, I think were three names I remember hearing. But I kind of asked him, I said, well, number one, do you have a brother? And then he said, well, what did it say? But I was like, no, I don't want to spoil the data or whatever, so I just need to know the answers before I can answer your question. So he said that he did have a mother, and I also mentioned those names, and he said his brother was named David. So I thought that was really interesting, that it seemed like the spirit box was basically telling me that he had a brother, and I can't remember if the name David came near where it talked about his brother or not. I'm just going to have to go through the footage. It may have, I just can't remember, but I know the name David came very clearly through the spirit box footage.
It's just really cool to be able to pull stuff like that and just like not only have these voices very clearly say somebody's name, but it happened to exactly be the name of Peter's living brother.
Right.
And it's just like it's really cool. Did anything like what was the most humorous voice?
Humorous voice.
Were there any like funny jokes or anybody?
Funny jokes. I'm going to have to go over the transcript because I recorded every single question and answer. Trying to think on top of my head, was there anything funny it said?
I mean, it doesn't have to be entertaining. I'm asking too much of the spirits, obviously.
They may have said something funny. It's just there's so much of it, I'd have to look through it because there was just a lot there. Like, it didn't sound to us like as it was happening like there was anything being said, but it sounded like as I ran it through Audacity, it sounded like there was a lot that was being said. Like, the spirits, in my opinion, were definitely present that night.
So are we going to do a special, are we going to do a paranormal team up with you?
Sure.
And maybe go camping and
A
wait for
paranormal
Bigfoot?
team up.
Paranormal team up.
Can we do like another one of those like sketch segments and then like get Ruben to doing a sketch segments? Did you see it, Ruben? Are you on Instagram? We did
I tried to log into Instagram, but I'm having trouble, or I did have trouble. I wasn't able to
We'll
access.
find you.
Okay,
We'll find
okay.
you. We did Humboldt County Men in Black. And then we
Nice.
were like asking about ghosts. It was so, we're silly people. We're the silly guys.
Yeah.
That's also on the Weird Howard Facebook page.
Yeah. It's is that just Weird Howard is the handle for that?
Yeah, you can search. You search Weird Howard. We're the one that comes up. It's got a little purple Weird Howard on a space skull. It's just paranormal. Weird Howard Productions.
Hell yeah.
But
hey, did I ruin the camera by putting on colored lights and stuff like this?
oh, I have no idea. We'll figure
I thought
it
this
out.
was so cool. I like it.
It's
We got the
really
smoke
cool.
light and the colored lights.
I think it looks fine. I think
Yeah.
it looks. You know, here's the
Beautiful.
thing. Like, we've got a pretty full bar. I think people like the ambiance. What do you think?
I think it's fun. We dim the lights. Hey guys,
clap if you like the look of the paranormal night.
Yeah.
love
It's
it.
fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So guys, we got I really appreciate everyone making it out. We got our handles on Instagram is Paranormal Open Mic. We got Weird Howard, and then you're on YouTube at Humboldt Paranormal, right?
Correct. Humboldt Paranormal. And I do actually remember one humorous thing it might have said.
oh yeah, I want to. hear this.
So, well, it may have been accidentally humorous, but I remember, I think it was, you mentioned something about the Ouija board, or maybe
Yeah.
it was around the time you first mentioned it, and it sounded like a voice came through that said, Hail Mary.
That's what they were saying to us. They knew that we were that bad that they actually had to
they
say
were like-
their.
And
ghost-
I'm not a Catholic, but it would still sound like it came through.
What if we're the gross ones? We're like really bad to the ghost side, and so when we use these Ouija boards to go into the ghost side, they're like, "Oh, gross! Get the hand sanitizer." These humans, they're trying to get into our reality with the stupid Ouija board again. Oh, it's so annoying. You know, it's oh man, you guys like that part? That's cool. Welcome, guys. Should I plug the merch right now? Hey, you guys know I'm gonna be in a show this Sunday with Bear Elegance Burlesque and Sweet and Juicy. This is a great commercial. I'm so good at doing this. This Sunday, if you guys want to get tickets to it, it's a burlesque show with a live band. It's gonna be really fun. And back to the show. All right, so crazy, some ghosts and stuff. So let's get to something really fun. I want to get to like a really good. We're talking about romance and the paranormal and the factors that romance have on the paranormal. We're going to talk about your findings tonight. We're going to talk about, what was the other thing, Gordon? We got any specific subjects we're trying to tackle?
Oh man.
Oh, what you would do if you got out in a UFO.
Yeah. What's your scenario for escaping a UFO?
You're abducted.
You realize that the aliens, they didn't put the force field on and you can just walk right out. Where are you going? Are you going to try to like beam yourself down? You're going to try to take over the ship? You're going to try to kick an alien in the balls?
I'd kick an alien in the balls.
Oh, all three?
I mean, there's like not too many things you're going to be able to get away with doing to an alien because they're like hyper intelligent and technologically advanced. So if you can kick an alien in the balls, like take that win.
Like, I mean, I'm smarter than a dog, but a dog can still bite me in the knee.
I bet you there's dogs that are smarter than us too, though.
Yeah, I'm
Have
sure
you met
there's
some
at
German
least two.
shepherds? That's so annoying. There are literally dogs smarter than me just because of the way they are evolved, you know?
They're sitting there like doing advanced
You guys
trigonometry.
disagree with me, you go and try and find that tennis ball. It's impossible. Guys, do we need more smoke in here? I think we need more smoke.
No,
Do
I
we
think
need
we're
more
good.
smoke? Even more?
Everybody's saying no, Peter.
I want to get like 20 more smoke machines. You know, is that something? Can you detect an entity with smoke?
You know, I mean,
We got all
yeah,
these.
that's a Reuben. That's a Reuben.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Well, I don't. Maybe I don't know about smoke, but I do know that there's some ghost hunting devices that are there's laser grids.
I've seen those.
Yeah, so they'll project like a laser grid on a wall, and if a spirit has any kind of physical volume to it, in any way whatsoever,
Yeah, it messes with the.
right, it'll mess with the laser grid, and you can see the weird bending of the lasers or whatever.
Man, ghost hunting has gotten so much more advanced than when I was a kid and we just got kicked out into the woods. Oh, now you got lasers. We had like a hole in our sneaker.
Do you do events, Ruben? Do you like have a get together that people come and use these ghost hunting equipments at or explore with?
I could. The Paranormal Open Mic Night was actually my first public event with it.
Okay.
It's really cool. It
yeah.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great partnership we're developing. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, usually the only ones I've done were just individual investigations of like individual locations with a kind of a small group of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd be open to doing something like that.
I'd love to get something more interactive going here, where we have like a very like you can see that'll be our backdrop. Maybe is specific signals and devices with triggers and alarms that can go off as our backdrop or something. That sounds cool. You know, like this display is great, but how about we get a table that can levitate? You know,
I've never seen anything levitate yet.
the Levitable
I'm almost.
by Nelson Products.
Oh my God! Whoa! No, I'm just kidding.
No, I just got caught in the wire. That was me.
So I did want to discuss tonight how to connect dunking Jessie in ice water, how to actually make that a paranormal thing. Because I don't know how to make it paranormal. I just know I want to dunk Jessie in ice water, but I don't know how to make it a paranormal thing unless we kill him.
Maybe we
don't want to do that.
Kill him. No. Maybe we put the Ouija board on the very bottom of the ice water, and then have him kind of slide across it to ask questions.
Right.
And we'll have Ruben with the ghost box get the answers.
If he dies from hypothermia, then we'll be recording everything that's being said.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll be the first people to record a soul leaving a body. If he dies, he dies.
And then we'll try to bring him back right after.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's got the pacemaker. It's like, whatever. It's like, it'll work. He'll come back. Or like, it'll just keep like trying to restart his heart, and eventually he'll just like start cooking on the inside and like boil the ice off, and then we'll see angry Jessie inside the vapor.
Or the laser grid.
With the laser grid. It's like advanced Clue. It was Jessie in the ice bath with the laser grid.
Oh, I remember Pete was mentioning something about romance in the spirit world.
Yeah. Have you ever reconnected any lost loves through your ghosts?
I don't know if any of my lost loves have died, thankfully. But actually,
not for you. I'm not. Don't be selfish. I'm talking about the ghosts.
Oh, the ghosts.
They're trying to leave, and they're like, I gotta tell Jessica that I'm okay. Jessica from like.
No, I don't think I've ever encountered anything like that. But I will say that during that same paranormal open mic night, I think I may have mentioned this last time I was here, but someone in the crowd asked for Betty White and asked what the essence of beauty was.
Oh.
And I was analyzing the audio, and it sounded like the words lovers and sincere came through.
Sincere and lovers.
Lovers,
and
sincere.
then sincere.
Yeah, lovers first and then sincere
okay.
second.
Yeah, so love first, but then be sincere about it. So are you saying that we channeled the voice of Betty White?
I don't know if it was really Betty White. I mean, I honestly don't even know what the spirits are. I mean, if you're going to ask me for my honest opinion, are they human spirits? Are they dead people? Are they demons pretending to be human spirits? Like, I really don't know. All I know is seems like I'm making contact with something.
I mean, Betty White was a Californian ghost, right? That counts.
How many of you guys like Betty White in the audience, by the way? Is there anyone? Yeah, we got some Betty White fans. Just curious.
I'm more of a B. Arthur fan myself.
I do love B.
Yeah.
Arthur, Rue McClanahan. You know, was it B. Arthur? There was you know who I like a lot is this lady from that movie The Boneyard, Phyllis Diller. Phyllis Diller. She's like the fifth Golden Girl to me.
Yeah.
Is Phyllis Diller. I love her to death.
Wonderful person.
So sweet. Guys, what if we're not in contact with aliens because we need ghosts in order to contact them?
Oh, like ghosts of the meteors?
What if ghosts are the only way we can get in touch with aliens?
All right,
or
so
vice versa? Do aliens hold the key to ghosts?
Do you think aliens talk to us through the Benadryl? Discuss.
Discuss, yeah. That's your new assignment. We should start assigning homework for this. We should do homework for this. You guys, everyone come back with one evidence of a ghost next week. Next Paranormal Open Mic, you guys are going to bring back evidence of ghosts.
Or a 500-word essay detailing why you couldn't.
Why you couldn't. Yeah, exactly.
Typed up.
Both at the same time. Guys, those of you enjoying yourselves,
for
follow
coming.
us online at Paranormal Open Mic on Instagram. Thank you so much. We're going to keep going here for like way too long. We always do that. We got we kind of glossed over. I thought that was gold. The ghosts use a ghost to contact UFOs. Am I just imagining things? Like, don't they use meditation and laser pointers? It sounds like it makes sense. Use a ghost to contact
Marvin,
a UFO.
would you
use
ever
an
use
alien?
would you ever talk to a ghost to tell you to tell it? Would you ever tell a ghost to talk to a UFO for you?
And please respond through the microphone on the stage, though. Yeah,
He just
no beer
walks
for you
in,
yet. We're
I'm
not going to
like-
give you a beer yet. We're just going to make you just hop on the panel immediately.
So-
No, that's fun. You can if you want. I'll go get you. Marvin, what
I
do you
don't know
want
where
for
the
a beer?
wireless one is.
I actually took the advice of a UFO contactee one time on how to bring about a UFO,
Oh.
and it seemed like it may have worked.
Yeah, I've heard stories of people reaching out with their consciousness
Right.
to bring UFOs into our reality. So all right, so it goes back to that idea of, is AI paranormal? Like if technology becomes significantly, if technology becomes advanced enough, does AI become paranormal at a certain point? Because you think about the whole history of humanity. If we were to tell people that we could wirelessly communicate instantaneously all across the earth and see video from outer space, people would be like, no, that's crazy. But do aliens have some other form of radio wave to tell what's out there?
So,
Uh-oh.
I have a thought. I was trained in the military on satellite communications. So you mentioning that it seems like the ghosts need the radio waves in order to talk kind of had the wheels turning in my head, right? We have RF band frequencies that actually span a lot of different ranges. The reason we have Sirius XM is that's an X band radio wave. That's why we have AM, FM. XM, there's other ones, KA, KU. These are different bands, different sizes of frequency of radio waves.
It'd be annoying to get Sirius KU.
You don't want KU. No. It's terrible in rain fade. But yes, I don't know where my brain wants to go with that. But same thing with aliens. A lot of contact that we've had. The WOW signal.
Yeah.
If you've read anything about the WOW signal.
What is the WOW signal?
So if I'm remembering correctly, some decades back, there were some scientists who were monitoring some radio waves, some radio signals coming from deep space.
Yeah.
Because space makes noise. I don't know if everyone is aware of that.
Yeah, I hear that old TVs, the
Yes.
black and white, the static.
Precisely.
That's just the background noise of the universe.
Right. So in the same way that any signals that we have sent out on radio waves keep going, Newton's first law of motion, an object in motion stays in motion until acted upon a secondary force or an outside body. So those sound waves continue to move. Anything that makes sound in space continues to move towards us as well. So these scientists were monitoring some of the radio waves, and there was something that came across as an actual decipherable code, not like words specifically, but whoever was monitoring that made a note in the margins of their documentation of the data sheet that printed out that said, wow, and circled whatever that particular piece of radio frequency was. So if you're interested in that idea, check out the WOW signal. Because, we have all kinds of different situations that happen where that's how we're trying to track extraterrestrial forms in the outer space as we know it right now. There was this talk about this huge attempt at the world's largest telescope wouldn't actually be a refracting or reflecting telescope.
The WOW signal, that's so cool.
It would be a radio telescope. You would have to align a bunch of radio dishes all over the planet in a certain direction and pick up all the signals with all of them, aggregate and collate the data, and then figure out what you're hearing, what you're reading from out there.
A response to something you said 30 seconds ago.
Yes.
An object in lotion stays in lotion.
In
It was funny
lotion.
when you said that.
An object in lotion? I said an object in motion.
Lotion stays in lotion.
Mike,
That's funny.
Oscar, Tango, India. Let me spell it for you
The
phonetically.
wow signal, that's like something, so we want to talk about the wow signal because of obvious reasons, and you kind of went into it. And then also another thing that I wanted to talk about was the Black Knight satellite, right?
Black
Oh,
Knight
yeah.
satellite.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard about this
I
thing?
don't know enough about it, but Gordon, I bet you it's right here in this Mysteries of the Unexplained.
Unexplained, explain.
But Gordon, what do you think about it? Right?
All right,
what's the
so
story?
if I can recall correctly, there is a mysterious object in polar orbit, geosynchronous polar orbit of the world, and it has been there for beyond when we had satellites up there. Some scientists believe it's just like a rock or an asteroid.
It's actually been seen like in ancient Rome, right?
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
No,
it
so-
is. So one of the tall tales, one of the stories.
Turn the mic a little towards your face, a little more.
One of the stories.
So you're speaking directly into the point.
One of the tall
There we
tales.
go. Okay, easy. Don't blow us out.
One of the tall tales of the satellite is when.
Hey Marvin, you want to hit the smoke machine a little bit? Yeah, turn it all more smoke, buddy.
There's a red
All
button.
the way. All the way.
Just hit the button.
Yeah, exactly. Gordon, you
So Nikola Tesla was able to
Nikola.
detect.
Nikola.
Nikola Tesla was able to detect this satellite before we knew it was there because it was giving off or refracting radio waves somehow.
Okay, I'm sorry, because like this is very specific and I need clarification. Are we talking about a
An object.
man? No, stop. Listen, please listen to the question. Listen to the question. Is it a naturally occurring satellite like our moon? Or is it a mechanical construction that was somehow put into orbit? Or I'm sorry,
Before we
and it would
had
be
space.
it's not geosynchronous. It's not geosynchronous. Geosynchronous moves in a figure eight pattern and moves along the equator. Geostationary is what you're thinking of.
It's geostationary. It's in a polar geosynchronous orbit in the polar. Yeah.
Geostationary is what you're looking for once again.
Well, there's also a theory that the
Stationary.
moon itself is an artificial construct. Like it's actually like some sort of a ship where aliens are able to monitor our planet. I'm not saying that's true.
That's
This is just
no
a conspiracy
moon.
theory I've heard.
They're hanging out on the
So if this
backside
thing
of the
looks
moon.
like an asteroid, it may look like an asteroid, but it may also be some sort of a alien craft made to look like an asteroid.
It's
maybe.
the Death Star, people. That's no moon.
That's no moon.
All right, I'm gonna clear off the stage now so other people can come up and talk.
Well, supposedly even scientists, they flew a satellite into the moon and they crashed it into the moon and they were trying to measure the sound waves or something and they found that it somehow like echoed. It made echo noises like almost like the moon was hollow, and that was like an official scientific article.
Hollow?
Right.
It's like a flat Earth theory, but they just.
Right.
Would you eat it? Yeah.
Yeah, like rang, like metal, like I think it was like it rang and it echoed. You can look it up, but yeah.
Hey, Marvin.
Hello, good evening. Hi, everybody.
Dude, if the moon is hollow, then like, how is it not gonna collapse in on itself though? Like, is it pressurized? Is the moon explosively pressurized with cheese right now?
With
I
cheese.
mean, just like pressurized in general.
Some people think the moon is actually only a few 100,000 years old as well. It's like it's not as old as some people think it is.
Yeah, the idea behind that is because of the moon dust. So when Apollo landed on the moon, they had these giant legs, and they had them because they thought that moon dust would be like 7-8 foot deep, and we would just be landing in a pile of dust. But it was only like a couple inches deep. But they realized that was because the solar winds strip the dust off of the moon. But other people have said, no, it doesn't. The moon's just been there for like since we became humans. They just put a moon there to watch us. Like a giant eyeball. Like a giant eyeball in the night.
Do you think that's what's going on?
Do I think that
I do. No, just kidding. This is just stories I've heard. I don't know if they're true or not.
Well, I mean, that's why we have the paranormal night, so we can just... Moon's haunted. I'm sorry, what?
Aliens.
Moon's haunted.
You gotta take out you guys ever seen Ghosts of Mars? I always love that concept. It's amazing. John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars. They're on Mars. Yeah, it's a beautiful.
Aha!
And then so the ghosts, they transfer from spirit to spirit, body to body as a spirit. But then at the end, actually, I think you were talking about it earlier. I wanted to say it, but if not you, someone was talking about how you can take out a ghost with enough ketamine. Or Benadryl, was it?
I did not say any such thing.
That was you, Gordon. And they had, it was basically, it was like the plot of Ghosts of Mars.
Ghost rave time, guys. Go.
They take it out with like some crazy future ketamine.
Future ketamine. That's the best.
Yeah.
Guys, do you want? I came back from the future. Do you guys want to try my future ketamine? Yes.
It's probably better than this time. So there's that going for it. What's something from the future that you want more than anything? I kind of want like a 3D synthesizer, right?
Seedless cherries.
Seedless cherries from the future.
Why don't we have them?
You didn't mention anything about you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This Marvin is actually a very fascinating person. I don't know if you know anything about him.
Yeah, no, he's. I've heard it. I've heard once or twice.
I don't know if you want to introduce yourself.
Oh, sure. No, you introduced me.
You can come on the Bigfoot camping trip.
Camping.
When we have our big paranormal team up and go hunt for Bigfoot. That's gonna ruin.
I'm actually hoping to bring him on an investigation, or at least as a remote investigator.
Yes. Next time when you do the, I think I'm too loud. Next time when you do the investigation, just give me a call and I'll tell you what I see.
So, like, Marvin, how was your day?
Oh, good. Same old thing.
What was your day composed of?
Eat, sleep, read,
What was the last one? Eat, sleep,
and read.
and read?
Oh, I thought you said weed. I was like, hell yeah, Marvin.
No, that was like 3 days ago.
What do you have to read?
Oh, science fiction.
Science fiction.
Just pages and pages of matrix code.
Just matrix code, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Computer code that doesn't make sense.
No, I
Binary
just.
code that means nothing, you know?
Yeah.
The ether.
He does, right? Like
No.
you do read the ether, right?
No, I don't know. What's that? What's an eater?
The spirits, like, so you're okay with me?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think you told me that you're like a medium or a
Yeah,
psychic
something like
or
that. A sensitive.
a sensitive.
Yes,
Right.
uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, have you done much work as a sensitive? Like, is it just kind of like a personal thing that you have, or is it something involved with like, do you go on investigations or?
Oh no, not intentionally. It's just serendipity.
I'm sorry.
It's just serendipity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just random.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have no control who I'm gonna do the reading next.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever gets in my path, that's it. Yeah.
What in your life, what allowed you to realize that you have these special abilities?
Well, I already have it since I was 4 years old, but due to certain cultural beliefs, lack of understanding, it's kind of scary for most people, and there's no science behind it, so that's why it's twice as hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you know how to look into people's past lives. I think you were saying.
That's not my expertise, but it kind of overlaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he. Do you mind if I tell them?
Yeah,
what you,
yeah, sure.
So I guess he said that in my past life I was a male Casanova. That sounds kind of interesting.
And then he asked me, do you know what the time era is? Well, how am I supposed to know? I didn't see any wristwatches.
So was it like in the medieval era or the?
I don't know, but the number 1845 seems to pop up.
1845.
Yes.
Wow. So I was okay. That might even make sense.
I don't know. It's your previous life, not mine.
Oh yeah, yeah. That might even make sense. I mean, just to me personally, it might make sense.
Okay.
When you said that. Huh.
Hey, quick question, Marvin. The number of ghosts you witness or see, what would the percentage be of old Victorian clothes?
Victorian, as
Like
in
era style dress wear or
the
costumes?
likelihood of seeing them.
Yeah, of ghosts that you have witnessed, have encountered. What would you say? Like 60% more Victorian?
You mean the type of people the type of ghost if I ever see? No, I never seen a ghost, but I can sense them. Like
Yeah, all right.
yeah. It's not. It's
But you sense in their mind's eye.
yes.
you sense what
Typically,
they-
well, it depends on what area you're walking in, what basis. It depends on a case by case basis. But what I've seen so far, mostly around 10% Victorian era.
All right.
There's half of them mostly like modern. A third of them is like from like quarter of a century ago. But there's some entities that are just timeless. I mean, you don't know what era or what time they came from.
With those kinds of entities, like, because there's a medium that's on my team as well, and she says that some spirits are, some spirits are like intelligent beings,
Yes.
like they're actually alive in the moment, and
Yes.
you can like communicate with them, and they'll
Yes.
kind of back and forth.
Yes.
And then there's other types of spirits there where they're not really necessarily sentient; they're just kind of like a repeat of some like historical thing that happened, like so,
Like a residual thing, but it's
exactly
in a form of a spirit.
Residual, correct. Like, let's say, like even when we were at the Samoa Cookhouse, the medium said that she was seeing something that kept repeating over and over, where all these men were seated at a long table in one of the dining rooms.
Yes.
And there was like a head guy that was at the end of the table standing up, and then they were getting ready to eat or something, and then they would they all just kind of ran out the building at once. And she said it would just happen over and over, like it would, and then
It's
it would
like-
repeat.
Yeah, some people call it the residual haunting.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't mean that the people have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
The event was so memorable that it left an imprint on the environment itself.
Right.
But no, thanks for sharing that. I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
I know the fact there is an old guy over there who supervised the area in Samoa. And there's a young guy. I don't know if he's associated with the old person, but he's there. He loves to talk. If he had the chance. So those are the two ones that you encountered when you had
Yeah.
that sparks.
Yes.
going on.
And it was really interesting because he told me that I didn't even tell him what I experienced, I think, before he told me this, but he said that if you encountered sparks, that means that there was high spirit activity there.
Yes.
And
Or
that
vice versa.
right. And that one sound that I heard, that sounded like a loud firecracker going off. Like when I listened to it, and there was nothing there to make that noise, it sounded to me like an electrical fire. Like that was the first thing that came to my mind. Like, oh my God, is there an electrical fire? Because it didn't sound like a regular fire. It sounded kind of like electrical. And so it was kind of interesting that you mentioned sparks after the fact. That if there was a sign of sparks, then that was a sign of high spirit activity. And maybe it was a spark, but all I know is we were hearing something right in front of us on the ground, but there was nothing there to make the sound. And it sounded to me like a cheap firework, like the one that spins, like it was like bzzz, or something like that.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that, but in my mind, I see it's like a spark. It's like when you jump a car battery and then you snap those two polarities. That's what I saw in my mind's eye. But
Yeah.
I don't know about what really happened there because I wasn't there.
Right,
But
right.
I'm telling you what I'm sensing, what I'm picking up.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes that you don't see.
Yeah, it makes sense though. It makes sense what
Now-
he said.
Okay, just a second. You have a question?
Oh no, I don't have a. Oh, I was gonna say, you guys missed it earlier. Earlier today, we had a ghost story somebody was driving south on 101 toward, or I guess north on 101 toward 299. Toward they were going to go to Willow Creek, and on the Sunset Bridge, on the bridge in Arcata that goes to old HSU, Cal Poly Humboldt.
Okay, something like that.
Yeah. They could see a bicycle driving by itself on the bridge, and Peter was there. Peter's gone. That's fine. We don't need Peter.
Okay, well, I'll do a reading about that later on, see if I can find anything. So I don't know anything about that.
That's
so,
fair. That's fair.
But
okay.
yes.
Do you sense any spirits here now in this tavern?
No, very very subtle. There's an old guy here who loves to look over stuff.
Nice.
I was told I am an empath, so I mean I don't think I'm like as good as him or like a full psychic, but I at least twice in my life I felt like I sensed somebody was going to die the night before they died, and then I would find out the next morning that they actually died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's happened to me at least twice.
You make sure you call me if you get that. All right, like no, with my luck, I'd be like driving in the car. Hello?
Well, it was weird. It wasn't like straight up, like I didn't know exactly if they were going to die, but like, actually I felt like I sensed the death of Kobe Bryant.
Oh.
Kobe Bryant, the basketball player. This is not a lie. Like I had a witness. Anyway, so like the night before Kobe Bryant died, he died in the morning. This happened in the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I was with my friend. We were watching a movie in his apartment. In his apartment. It was one of the Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise. Like he was like in a helicopter and he was like being chased by a bad person in another helicopter through like these hills or something. And I just remember as I was watching it, I felt like almost like I was going through a trance and thinking very deeply on the dangers of flying in a helicopter and how vulnerable we are in this big hunk of metal being kept in the air by just a propeller, and you know how delicate the situation was. And I was just thinking way deeper on it than I've ever felt like in my life, and it lasted for like a whole 5 minutes. It was even to the point where I asked my friend, I said, "Do you realize how dangerous it is to fly in helicopters?" And he was like, I don't know, and I just couldn't shake it. And then after the 5 minutes were over, I came back to myself, and it was the deep thoughts were gone, and I was just watching the movie like I was before. And then the next morning is when Kobe Bryant died in the helicopter crash.
There are more helicopters in the sea than there are boats in the sky.
Yeah, it's like a very like sharp, acute thought about something that I get the night before they die. It's just like a very acute, sharp thought. And then it happened to me again one time where I used to caregive for a senior citizen lady, and I didn't really think about her for years and years. And then for some reason, she came to my mind very strong and acutely one time when I was on the treadmill working out at nighttime before I was going to bed. And I didn't know why. I was just thinking really deeply on her for like 5 minutes, the same thing. And then I found out on Facebook the next morning that her son announced that she died the next morning. So it's like it happened twice.
I'm not an empath, but I was told I could have an empanada once.
Can we use this power you have, Ruben, against people?
You got a story?
I don't like?
You want to come up?
Okay.
Okay.
So if it's used to do that, like use powers to hurt someone, I think that comes to an evil realm where it's gonna come back on you and bite you in the you know what. Like
Tell me. I don't know what. It's gonna bite me where?
So like.
And the you know who.
like I don't know. Like I rely on God to feel things or sense things, and I try to do it in love. And if I do it that way, then it comes to me at just the right times and the right moments and the right ways. But if I'm using powers to like hurt people, then I think that's dangerous territory. Not only for the person being hurt, but for the person trying to do the hurting.
Yeah, because we talked about this in one of our other episodes. When you use magic, he comes back. Like whatever you put out there, energy-wise.
Oh my God, I actually
Remember that?
had the idea of so you were talking about times you predicted the future, and I've actually or times that I predicted the future as a clairvoyant. in a select amount of times. And I tell the story of when that happened for me, and there's 3 different instances with the same person for each of the instances. And it was my buddy. I talked to him. He said I can actually, he said I can use his name. It was my buddy Jonah. I used to work with him. We were both the forklift guy, where we worked at the garden store, and we used to hang out and smoke a lot together out back in the warehouse. We'd smoke so many blunts. And Jonah, one day, he's got the blunt, and he's standing outside of the warehouse that we worked in. I'm like, Jonah, get inside. You're going to get rained on. And he's like, what? And I don't know why I said that, because it was beautiful and sunny out. But then all of a sudden it starts pouring on Jonah. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. I don't even know why I thought it was going to rain, but I guess it did. And Jonah's like, how did you know that it was going to rain? It's so sunny out. It was like a sun shower. He's like, I don't know, but no one's going to believe either of us, But with Jonah, I actually predicted his future 2 other times after that. The second time I predicted his girlfriend was going to leave him. The day before she left him, he was just telling me some story about his girlfriend. I was like, oh my God, she's going to leave you tomorrow. And he's like, why? Why would you say that? That's fucked up. And then she did. And he was like, oh my God, what the fuck was that? But then a third time after that, I was telling him a story about sometimes when you go number 2, when you go to clean up, it's all blood. And he's like, what? That's gross. No way. That doesn't ever happen. No. And I said, it'll happen to you tomorrow. And then it did happen to him the next day. And then he was just like, please stop predicting my future, because I was actually predicting his future in some seriously acute ways. And it affected this guy. And for some reason, I had this psychic connection with him. And I told him the day before, I was like, dude, you're going to crap blood tomorrow. And then it happened.
What a strange superpower.
But, like,
could you imagine, that's it? That's the only thing you can predict about somebody?
I knew that there was a fact, and that it was going to happen, the next day. So it's like my window is, within a day.
Wow.
But if I can team up with you, Ruben, we can make anyone die within a day.
No, I'm not interested in hurting anyone. No, not at all.
These
you could
deserve it, Ruben.
I will.
This is the easy way or the hard way. Get the orange. All right.
I will work on.
I don't know.
I will work on blessing and wishing well on everyone, but yeah, not even my worst enemies. I don't wish bad things.
Do you have any really bad enemies?
I mean, I think we all do, right?
Who's out there
Would it be
for
cool
you,
if you
Ruben?
had, an arch nemesis though, like Ruben Ghost Hunter, an arch nemesis.
but
Gordon,
no, because if I was an arch nemesis, I would have the twisty mustache and the top hat. I've got a top hat.
Can I be
Actually.
your nemesis?
I put the curse of God on them. That's what I put.
Curses, Ruben, curses.
Oh, now I'm God. I have all these responsibilities now. No.
But yeah, no, yeah. It's I put them in God's hands. They're
And God moisturizes, so those are some really nice hands. Hey guys, thank you all for joining us so far for Paranormal Open Mic with all of us. Let's all just say our names, starting with Marvin. Marvin.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your name, Marvin?
Yeah, my name is Marvin, I think.
That's
Yeah.
Marvin, everybody. And then we got
Ruben Botello. Hello.
Pete Nelson,
Gordon Clatworthy.
Gordon Clatworthy. You can check out all of our stuff. We got it on Weird Howard's YouTube, Facebook. We have Paranormal Open Mic on Instagram. Or, screw it. Just come here every Monday at 7.
It's easier.
And
It's
then-
easier.
Quick plug. I mean, we got some donations going on tonight, which is the most incredible cash drive for this event we've ever seen. Actually, people were very generous, and it blows my mind. But I'm just so thrilled to celebrate Gordon's 40th birthday with everybody. Gordon's 40th birthday tonight.
Don't tell people I'm 40.
Whippersnapper.
His 30th birthday tonight. I got that one wrong. That was me. Guys, we got our co-host Gordon. It's his 40th birthday tonight. You know what to do. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gordon.
Of all the birthday songs I've ever had, that was probably the most awkward. I don't know what I'm supposed. Like, it's like, what am I supposed to do with my hands? Like, I'm just gonna sit here. Okay.
Well, that's what
All right.
tablecloth's for. No one can see what you're doing with your hands. And it's your birthday, buddy. You let them free. Guys, it's now the point in our podcast where everyone buys another round of alcohol for everyone on your left. So I'm talking about we got 14 people in this room. Buy 14 rounds for the person on your left. We're going to sell 230 beers overall, mathematically, right now, for the love of God.
Maybe they'll let us have the smoke machine back if we do.
Yeah, I would love for the smoke machine to be back. I'll just huff all the smoke next time, and then I'll bring it in here.
They can't stop us if we vape outside and then just
It's
run in real
8:51.
quick.
8:51.
Having a
I know.
classic
What,
times.
you going somewhere?
I gotta work the night shift.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not surprised that you work a night shift, honestly.
Yeah, it helps being a paranormal investigator, that's
Why
for
do
sure.
ghosts come out at night?
I think because there's less distraction. Like, I think the spirits can even come out during the day, but it's easier perhaps to gain evidence of them at night just because there's less
There's less
noise.
people-y.
Yeah, less people, less noise, less background,
I
scatter.
wish we could have more spirits here, but we can't afford a liquor license.
Ah.
I think we may have a lot of spirits here, it's just that, we don't pick them up. Like,
What would be if you were a paranormal investigator? What would be
When?
the best job for a paranormal investigator? If there's a paranormal investigator out there, they're watching this right now, they're like, what would be a good job for me?
like a side bread and butter job kind of thing?
Yeah, like I can afford the soup.
Well, I guess maybe a night shift. just so when you do paranormal investigations, you won't be so tired, lasting until the wee morning.
Well, all right. So what if you do your paranormal investigation at your job? What would be the worst job to have with a ghost?
The worst job to have with a ghost.
Yeah,
Ooh.
like, you find out that there's a ghost at your job, and you're like, God, that's terrible because I'm a...
Mortician.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I've heard different theories on where ghosts like to hang out. Like my first thought would think, working at a cemetery, but like there's a woman named Mary Ann Winchowski. She's the consultant for the show Ghost Whisperer, and the show's actually based on her. And she says that spirits really actually don't like to hang out in cemeteries because there's nothing happening. They feed off energy. They feed off like where there's a lot of people, like even here. I mean, there's not a ton of people here, but
I
there's
don't
some
like
people here.
hanging out at cemeteries.
But especially like festivals or like even airplane rides, like they feed off the nervous energy of people.
So we could have a haunted festival.
Yeah. She would say that there's more likeliness a festival is going to be haunted more than, say, an empty cemetery.
All right, so we have to do a Halloween haunted festival episode finale.
Just bring a bunch of people in
We're
here.
going to do a finale and then just do another episode the next week after.
Oh yeah, no,
that.
it'll be the season finale. You do the
episode
season.
finale. What time is it right now? We've been doing this since 7.
It's like 8:53 or something.
8:55.
8:55.
How are we doing? Is everyone going to buy 6 more rounds right now? How many? 7? 7 more rounds. All right. Okay, you guys are crazy, but if you're going to buy
3 more rounds.
All right. All right, we'll keep going.
Just
We
do
need to
enough till we
sell
get
700
more.
More beers right now.
We're trying to make more ghosts.
700.
I've been trying to look up the history of this location too. Do you know much about the history of this bar?
Like
because
the Healy building itself or this bar?
well, I mean, because so y'all know I'm trying to make episode 3 of Humble Paranormal, and what I usually like to do is I like to put like a little historical summary of like a location in the beginning. But I've been trying to Google this location, but for the life of me, I can't find any kind of history.
You know what? I know somebody.
Triangle.
I know somebody online who can find anything. I'm gonna reach out to them.
Awesome.
And
I'm sorry. Healy Building.
did you?
Okay,
Oh, okay.
good. That's good to know. I will look that up.
Yeah, I think there used to be a stairs over here. I don't know. The spirit kept telling me there's upstairs down here, but I don't see any stairs.
Yeah. Aren't there like different units in this particular building too? Like.
Uh huh.
Oh.
So you mean there's actually a stairs over here? Like a balcony, something? Okay, because that's the guy. What's the spirit keep telling me? Like there's stairs, and I don't know what's going on.
Well,
so
thank you. I'm gonna look that up. Healy Building. Yeah.
okay, let's. Anything else to talk about? Oh yeah, you mentioned something about the moon.
Oh yeah, Peter, real quick. The ghost bike. Ghost bike. No, the story
The
about
bicycle.
you were driving
The
and you saw
bicycle.
the ghost. That nobody was driving the bicycle.
On the Sunset Bridge.
What? Yeah.
The one in Arcata?
Near the Sunset Bridge. If it wasn't, it was one of the bridges next to it.
So what's going on? You saw something or?
Oh, my buddy did that was here when we were on our way to work. He just saw a bicycle with no one on it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not getting any.
I'm
information.
thinking ghost tweaker.
You think so?
I'm thinking somebody who stole bicycles in life, passed on to steal bicycles in the afterlife. A polter cycle.
I wonder if it was a physical bicycle or something that maybe the bicycle itself was like spiritual, like it wasn't really there physically, but it was just kind of there as a.
Or maybe I don't know. I'm not getting any ghosts from that the one that I saw. I'm trying to do a reading, but I'm not getting any ghosts. Or maybe perhaps the bike was taken away.
Have a good night.
Or maybe the bike has been taken away from someone, and it was a very sentimental bike. That's the only thing I'm getting.
Somebody stole that bike.
Okay, well,
and
I don't
they
know.
Ghosted them.
Yeah, probably.
It's an interesting concept. It's an interesting idea.
Do you get
Thank
any
you.
readings from the spirit box session we had here that I had?
Wait, when was this? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
This was like 3
Yeah,
weeks
about,
ago.
About 3 weeks.
Three
When-
weeks ago.
When you were doing the possession, or just?
Yeah, when we
Well,
did the possession.
I'm getting a lot of hits when I was sitting over there. I was keeping an eye on you guys. I'm trying to create some kind of a psychic shield.
So Ruben actually, he can tell you more about it. He went home and got all the recordings off the voice box and passed them through Audacity, and
okay, I have a question. Did you get a voice of a female?
A female?
Yes.
I think I did. Yeah, so it's weird because a lot of the clips that I get, they may sound female in real time, but if I slow them down, then they'll be kind of deeper. So I still have to go through them all. And
Okay.
but
Well,
I.
this one-
I think I do remember a female voice though, coming quite a few.
There should be a voice of an old man and then one female trying to tell everybody to shut up. You know, like that. No, it's not you guys. What happened is that when you were doing that session, whatever
You were
guys
here
are doing-
when I was doing
Yeah,
that?
I was.
Oh, good.
I was here. I was here. Well, I came in late, and by then everything was totally open. So when the guy was doing the possession kind of thing, well, I know. I mean, I just trying to do a precautionary protection on you guys. So, but yeah, it
So
was
you're-
interesting.
You were giving a psychic shield, you said?
Yeah.
Wow. Because you were afraid of the spirits messing
No,
with
no,
you.
it's not about this. I mean, it's just it's just some things you don't wanna. What you call that? You don't wanna start something that you don't want to happen.
Right.
So a precautionary. It's like wearing a life vest. It's better safe than sorry.
Right. And this is actually my psychic shield. Like I always carry my little pocket Bible in my pocket.
Okay, cool.
Like it just.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been on many ghost hunts with that. So, and it has a lot of history too. Like, Actually, do you sense anything just from holding that?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people holding my hands right now. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Or they're trying to reach out.
Could be.
Now, some of them are not. And some of the ghosts that you encounter, they're trying to communicate, not to scare you, but because they want to reach out. I was like, we have a message. There's something I want to tell you, but the frustrating is this because you live in a very different, you have a different set of language, and same as they are. It's in the spirit world, they have their own different things. So it's.
Can you have haunted objects?
You know what? That's a good question. So when you go to Yeah, well, that's a different story. Anyway, yeah, some certain objects can be very haunted, because, well, where did that orange came from? Is that an orange? Haunted orange.
Popped up out of nowhere.
Well, I wonder if that's where the annoying.
Self peels.
Haunted orange juice.
Yeah, haunted orange juice. Yeah, certain
Blood
objects
oranges.
can be very haunted. Well, it depends on where it came from and what's the intent.
My
So-
chest is haunted. It's like, no, you really need to take your antibiotics.
When they pulled out the Ouija board and he was asking me to touch it, instead of touching it, I put my Bible on top of it.
Okay.
That's why it didn't
did
work.
anything get
Well-
transferred to my Bible? Or?
No, I'm not. I'm more worried about when someone they're doing about the demonic
Getting the guy
thing.
possessed.
Yeah, well, that is when I just have to step in and I have to focus on him.
If we dip Jesse in ice water, can you give us some idea of whether or not it's going to harm him?
I don't know. You need a real doctor for that.
Yeah, I mean, right, yeah. No, that's not that bad.
I will say that when you were doing that Ouija board session, like you guys were hilarious. Like I felt like I was watching a comedy show. But like when I was listening to the spirit box
Yes.
recordings,
Uh-huh.
it sounded to me like a demon actually came through. And like I said, you may have not been here when I mentioned it, but he called me. He said my name very clearly. He said, "Hey, Reuben," and then he said, "You're so proud of Satan." Like that was the first thing he said. And then as he kept talking, it got more and more perverse where I'll be honest, it sounded like it said it wanted to sodomize me. like,
Well-
yeah.
Well, the thing is that when it comes, I don't know. When it comes to Ouija board, well, I don't know. It depends on what kind of mindset you've got. It's a tool. It's a tool. It's just like a hammer. It's how you use it.
It's still a threat if the demon says that to someone who enjoys sodomy.
I don't know.
I don't, so I
really
think
don't
maybe
know.
that's why it
It's-
said it to me. But
I don't know.
He passed.
I don't know. I'm not an expert in demonology. If you have a question about demons, you have to ask a demonology or something. Me, I'm a bit more. My area is a bit more different. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like I said, a Ouija board is a tool. It's how you use it. But from my point of view, I would say it's not a toy. It's not a toy. Just if you're gonna use it, do it at your own risk, or do it at your own discretion. But what I always recommend is that when you're done with the Ouija board, I would say, okay, I'm done. I'm closed. The session is over. Go back to where you came from, and let's leave it at peace. That's it.
that is one of the supposed rules of using a Ouija board. Not that I ever use a Ouija board, but I know that one of the rules is when you end it, you're supposed to say goodbye. Otherwise they'll
Just-
mess with you. They'll stick around and haunt you. And
Yes,
all
that's why
possess you.
that's why when after they left, they didn't do that, but I did some kind of a fail-safe thing for the guy. I talked to him, and I make sure I remove any attachments from him, and yeah. So, but I don't know. I never heard from the guy. Any word from him?
I'm just gonna wait for him to swing back through, and
Because I need to follow up. I need to know what's going on. So I just
no, it's gonna be sick. I can't wait.
yeah.
And so Ruben, do you think that actually? So we've been doing this. I've been doing some replays of different stuff from Paranormal Open Mic on my radio show on Humboldt Hot Air on Thursday mornings now. From 8:30 to 9, we do Paranormal Open Mic, and I'd love to have us all come on and do that from 8:30 to 9. I mean, not like every single week. I mean, if you guys want to, you can.
No,
But
it would be
it's
really
set
cool to go
aside.
on.
It's only a half an hour, and I have 3 microphones, so we got to take turns. But that's going on now, and so I can't wait to see where that goes. And then so, Ruben, you think that in a week, or how much time do you think you need to go through some more of this ghost stuff so we can reveal to people what the ghost stuff is going to be like?
yeah. So actually, do you know what time? Sorry.
Oh,
I actually got to get to work soon.
again.
But,
Okay, let me see.
sorry.
It's 9:05.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, I forgot my phone, so yeah, I got to work the night shift. So I work night shifts full time, so I work from like 9:50 p.m. till 6 in the morning. My days off are like Saturday and Sunday. So What day would it be on?
On Thursday.
On a Thursday at 8 in the morning to 10 in the morning is the whole broadcast, but also we can just do a recording too if you wanted to prepare anything. You don't have to physically be there if you can't logistically.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do one of our paranormal open mics. We could just set aside 30 minutes, and we'll just talk like we're on Humboldt Hot Air, and then we could record
We
it.
could do that. You could also send me some of our stuff. You can send me some of your stuff, and I can play clips.
Yep.
And then either of you can end up and you too, Marvin. We want you on. I feel like you have plenty to offer for Humboldt Hot Air, guys. I think for one, I think it's Gordon's birthday today. Gordon here, he's got his 40th birthday, and what a way to celebrate, right? And to talk about the paranormal.
What else do I want in life? Honestly, this is it.
Yeah.
I think you're
Nothing else.
You hit the apex, man. You found the life.
Yeah, like what more could anybody like ever ask for? Oh, you had a paranormal open mic night with your best friend Peter.
Nice.
And bet.
There
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
no.
huge crowd here.
They got chased off.
It's not just completely dead the whole time every time. We would totally tell you if that was the case.
The
No,
windows opened
squads
and all
of
the
people, squads.
ghosts kind of left.
We're not all hurting internally at the lack of a crowd. That's not happening.
Well, like we don't
We're
just do it
not.
for the crowd too. Like a lot of this ends up online, and we have
We're
some
not
really.
in pain on the inside. Who would say that? Who would say that?
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
Guys.
But yeah, I can probably make that happen. Like
Oh yeah, please, yeah.
That'd be cool.
that'd be. I'm sorry. When is this again?
On Thursday.
Thursday mornings at the Arcada Playhouse.
Arcada
At 8:30. Come in.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna-
let me know the day ahead of time so we make sure stuff works. But then yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Well, let me put that
You
in
gonna
there.
be
Wait,
there
no.
this
Do you have
Thursday?
a Thursday? Do you have your blood appointment thing?
Oh, I want to hear about a blood appointment. Can you get some samples for us for our next paranormal open mic? We're gonna bind you to what's something funny? A ghost of a chimpanzee. We're gonna bind you to it. Already happened. But all right. So but yeah, we so many things to cover. We got the radio show. We got it's Gordon's 40th birthday. Oh, and thank you everyone for supporting us. You can always check this out on Paranormal Open Mic on Instagram. Check it out on Weird Howard on YouTube for full episodes. What else do we offer that could be something for people to check out? Is there just full episodes on the Weird Howard YouTube?
Well,
we have sketches.
We do have sketches.
Sketch comedy.
It's pretty
You
funny.
can
Some
see.
commercials and stuff. We're just trying to.
funny.
We tried to do like the worst local commercial we could ever pull off. We just thought it'd be
Humboldt
like.
County Men in Black.
Oh yeah, we thought it'd be so hilarious.
Paranormal Open Mic and Weird Howard on Instagram.
We got fucking baked.
Yeah.
We got baked, and we were
Humboldt
like,
County Men in Black. It was amazing.
It was.
Episode 3 coming out soon.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
And then these episodes get released at random. But this has been amazing. We do another one of these next week, Monday at 7. We're gonna dip our older friend who's in hospice in a bucket of ice water and a 55-gallon barrel of ice water.
I'm bringing back the
He's
smoke
my
machine
buddy.
for that.
He's in hospice, and we're gonna dip him in ice water next week, Monday at 7. We're gonna go over Ruben's ghost box analysis.
I hope it's gonna be done. Well, there's a lot there, so
I mean, like, take your time.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
So
We'll put the highlights up on Weird Howard.
it is getting done. Like I'm putting all my focus on it to getting done. So
Take your time. It's just amazing that
I've
we're doing
got
this.
like 3 episodes that I have to edit. I've been trying to restructure my edit room, and I've got all kinds of new gadgets and stuff that I'm putting
What we're
together.
getting at is we're coming up with a Patreon still, but until then, we have a donation jar, or you can buy your commemorative Humboldt hoodie. It's a hoodie that says Humboldt on it. Tonight here, we have plenty of different designs and
Yep.
stuff.
The Weird Howard website, weirdhoward.com. It's going to be back up.
You have merch on there.
I'm putting merch up on the Weird Howard website, weirdhoward.com.
So it's not available yet.
It's not available yet. The store is going to be online in the
At some
next
point.
few weeks, and I'm going to give you. There's going to be like a Peter's Corner.
Peter's Corner.
And you can
Don't
buy
go
any.
there. It smells. It's not what you think.
It's just Peter in the corner.
It's where I go potty.
And anything that you want.
What is the what?
Oh, we're trying to turn him into a ghost.
Yeah, he has a pacemaker, and so we're just dipping him in ice water. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
we
probably
think
bad.
we'll skip a couple beats and we might be able to catch.
This is a frail old man I know.
Yeah, I know.
We're dipping him in ice water to see what happens.
He said the
We're
doctor
trying to
said
set
it was
off his
okay.
Pacemaker with ice water, but I'm not really as forward about that until explaining to you right now. We're just trying to see if his
Yeah,
pacemaker
no,
is
like
really
nothing
on.
that none of our schemes are positive, good things for the universe. Nothing good comes from this.
Guys, we're wrapping up. What's your name?
Gordon Clatworthy.
We got Gordon Clatworthy,
Ruben Botello.
Ruben Botello,
And Marvin Nobody.
Marvin, no.
my name's Peter Nelson, and this has been
Paranormal Open Mic Night.
Thank you.
Woo! So as far as the ghost box or the video, so it was very tedious getting the finding the responses, but now I have to actually put them all in the video. So that's going to be like a whole other process too. So I will try to get it done by Thursday. It may have to go maybe
The
in
goal
the
is
future.
just like having the most fun doing this
Oh, yeah.
as possible.
Do you want me to finish